welcome to the Hampton University press conference for the upcoming game against Norfolk State. First, we're going to open the floor up with Interim head coach Trent Boykin.
Just want to thank everybody for coming. Today's a great work day. Wednesday is a day that we really put in a lot of work to get ready. Your Tuesday is kind of, you're putting in some new wrinkles and things like that, trying to prepare for the opponent you're about to play. And then Wednesday is kind of a day where you kind of really start to hone in on what you want to get accomplished. So, it's another great work week. We're excited about this opponent. Again, another rivalry week for us. So, there's no lack of energy and emotions for this game because now you're playing another team for the third week that you have tradition with and a rivalry with. So we're excited about it and we're ready to go.
Coach, now that you've had a couple days to sit on the film from Saturday, just what are some of your closing thoughts and takeaways from the win over Virginia?
I think three things we always talk about. We want to win the kicking game, and I felt like we did that. We won the kicking game. Offensively, we set out to say we wanted to establish the run, and I felt like we did that. And then defensively, we wanted to get off the field on third downs, and so we were able to do that. So, those three things that we really stressed all week, you got to see it take place. And then again, the number one thing is you talk about no turnovers. We didn't have any turnovers, and we went from 8 penalties to 2. So, when you talk about from week 1 to week 2, what you have to fix, I thought we did a great job of doing that. So now this week you're going from 2 to 3. The biggest thing is now, do you sustain the things that you've wanted to get fixed from week 1 and week 2? You were able to fix those.
What was it like to get that first win out of the way?
It was good. Again, for me, it was more about, the players and the coaches because they put in a lot of work. The players from OTAs to summer camp, buying into, what we were trying to get accomplished, and then to see that manifest itself on Saturday. I was excited for them, excited for the school, the community, because a lot of people had shown a lot of support, and it was just exciting to see us go out there and get the win for everybody. I think now that we've gotten that win under our belts, now we can just really focus on let's just go play.
What have you been hearing around people that have been here for a long time to talk about the history of this matchup and what it means to the community? And I know you said you've been a part of 3 of them, but I mean, the history runs way deeper than that.
Yes.
What have you been hearing about the significance and importance of this game?
It's the team that's on the other side of the water. A lot of guys have played against each other in high school. You've got guys that may have started out at one school and went to the other school. You've had coaches that have kind of been at both places. And so, it's a rivalry. At the end of the day, we had a meeting today, and, they talk about the 757 and what it means to be on this side of the water and get that victory. So, and I understand it, being here for the last 3 years, being in that, in those 3 games, the crowd is excited about it. The players, everybody in the community, is already talking about it. Even after we won on Saturday, the next question is, are you guys ready for the Norfolk State game? So, you're going to hear about it, all the time. And so, we got to shut out all the noise and get ready to play. But again, it's exciting to be able to go and play an opponent that's a stone throw away and have that rivalry game, to be a part of that is special.
Yeah, the guys over there were talking about how one of the big things about this game, if you win, is you got bragging rights for 365 days.
Yes, you do. And we earned a couple of those bragging rights for 365 days. So it's exciting, but at the end of the day, as much as it is a great rivalry game, we have to prepare, to be better on our side, and worry about us. But our guys, we won't have to coach them too hard to get them ready for this football game. They'll be lathered up and ready to go.
Speaking of players who have played for both of those schools, obviously Kevin Johnson is, I think, one of 3 in the last 20 years to play for both schools. Just for him as a player, what have you seen from him growth-wise over the past couple years being in this program?
I think the fact that just his maturity, when he first got here and he was playing a different position, over there, then he came over here and transitioned to playing wide receiver and been a part of special teams and kick returning and all that. And so, for him, to start off over there and be a part of one coaching staff and then now come over here just to see his growth and the maturity. And I mean, at this point now, he's one of us. He doesn't have anything that carries over from being there anymore. And so just to see him, mature in a way of, because he's been here for a while for us now. So it's not like he's fresh over. And I'm pretty sure he'll be excited about that game.
If you had two quarterback attack, I mean, I know you're going heavy with Zealous, but what are you trying to do with these other packages when you bring somebody else in?
It's not really much another package. It's just, we feel like we have two starting quarterbacks. May started it for us in 22 and Malcolm, and then Chris started in 23. So for us, we feel like we have two starting quarterbacks. And, we kind of go in the week and kind of see how both guys are playing during the week and then, kind of get a feel for when the game is going and how everything is going on, how we want to play those guys. So for us, there is no really different package. It's just really who had a good week in practice and then what dictates far as what they do defensively, what we feel may be a strong suit for us. Sometimes it may be one guy, sometimes it could be both. But for us, we feel confident about both guys, and just teams that are playing us, they got to prepare to see both quarterbacks.
Coach, coming into this year, the offensive line had a lot of new faces on it. Through 2 weeks, how do you feel like they played?
Oh, I feel like they're coming along. I still think there's still even more room for them to grow. Our O-line coaches have done a great job of getting them guys ready. We do have some new faces, but for the most part, those guys were already here, in the spring, and then some of them were here for the OTAs. And so you've been able to kind of work with those guys, for a good amount of time. So, again, I've always said when I first got here to where they are now, that's been kind of the cornerstone of us offensively, because they've been able to protect in the pass game and then be able to give our running backs lanes to run and not have to make cuts, behind the line of scrimmage. So we're continuously getting better. We talked about it yesterday. There's another 2-3 levels that we can go, and the more these guys play together, the better they'll become.
Defense obviously played a big part in that comeback win against Virginia Union, shutting them down in the second half. What did you like from them in that second half that you think is something that they can do?
The first thing was we got them playing behind the sticks at times, and so you were able to get them out of their normal running the football. They were a great running the ball team, and we were able to get them in situations where we could predict that now, hey, they're going to have to throw the ball on these downs. And so the fact that we got them to play, behind the chains, the fact that we got them to get in the 3rd and long situations, and then you give our guys a chance to kind of pin their ears back, and blitz and do some things in week 2 that we didn't do in week 1 by applying pressure. And so and then that gives our secondary guys a chance to ball hawk the football.
Talked about, kind of the community impact of this rivalry, but from a scouting standpoint, what have you seen from Norfolk State on tape that stands out to you?
Defensively, D-line, they're going to move a lot. That's one of the things they like to do is move up front. They bring you some different pressures at times. They've got some good corners that I really like on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, they've got the quarterback Daniels, who, he's doing a great job over there, and King is the running back. So, I think everything kind of runs through those two guys. Their O-line they're not a big O-line, but they do a great job of knocking people off the ball. And so you got to pay attention to that. And, and so if you understand that the quarterback and the running back are their 1-2 punch, you got to be able to control that. Special teams wise, especially their punt team, they give you fits because they do a lot of different things with their punt team. And so you have to be sound in that area. And so, all three phases, they give you some things that you have to be ready for. And again, you throw out records and all this. It's a rivalry game, so you know that they're going to come ready to play.
Injury-wise, how are you guys looking through the first 2 weeks?
Good. I mean, everybody at this point has a couple nicks and bumps and bruises, but no, we're healthy. Our guys are, we've done a great job. Our training staff has done a great job of getting guys back ready to play that's nicked up and things like that. But we're 100% ready to go. Got all our weapons ready.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
We continue today's press conference with running back Elijah Burris. At this time, we'll go ahead and open up the floor for me to ask questions.
Elijah, big game on Saturday. How did it feel to get things going on the ground?
It just felt good, just having the O-line and the offensive line coaches to help me out for real and help the team out. They just really focus on like getting on their techniques and working on their techniques to get better every day. Yeah, showing off on the field.
Kind of to that point, how do you feel like that offensive line unit has kind of come together these past 2 weeks? Obviously, you're behind them every single play, so how do you feel like they've been doing?
I feel like, I got a lot of confidence in them. Them boys be working hard every day, so, they be pushing me to run the ball hard. I push them to block better, so, every day we got good communication skills and we just work hard.
What was it like to finally, to get that win, to bounce back from that first week?
It felt really good, we just didn't get too high, too low off that loss, so we just came in focused, was ready to come in and get a win.
This weekend, every game's the same. I know, what the coach speak is, but is there a little more juice in the locker room for this one? Rivalry across the water?
Yeah, everybody ready for this game, for this little rivalry game, but we still trying to just stay under the waters, just stay chill, but we still at practice working hard. We really got to just prove people that we're really a good team and we can just go out there and get some work in.
They were saying over there, if you win this game, you get bragging rights for 365 days. Is that a thought?
Yeah, we got to get that 365. We got to get that. There's going to be a lot of bragging rights, so we got to get this win Saturday.
You guys have won on each other's turf the last several years. I think 2016 was the last time somebody went back-to-back, and they're trying to do that. Is that something, is there a kind of a avenging last year thought for you guys?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We didn't really have everybody eligible for that game last year, so it was a really hard game for us. And, we made a few mistakes, but we just coming in this game just ready to get that win. So.
Well, I know you had a good game against them last year. You didn't score, obviously, but you came out with 100-plus rushing yards. How do you, is that something where, okay, you did well against them last year, you're coming off a good week last week. Is that something where you're coming into this game with a little bit extra confidence?
Coming in with still the same confidence, but, I'm still trying to stay level-headed and not try to get too high. So, I'm just, trust on my old lineman and just give whatever that defense gives to me. So, I'm capitalize on that.
Thank you, Elijah.
No problem.
We'll continue our press conference. Defensive back Jordan White.
Jordan, another big game for you on Saturday. Obviously, a pick, 7 tackles. Just what was working for you? What were you seeing from their offense?
Honestly, it was just a lot of film preparation. I seen like a lot of things that they like to do off that glance route, so I just kind of envisioned myself intercepting that pass off, and then when that ball was thrown, I just went to go get it.
What was it like to finally get that win after all the work you guys put in throughout the summer and everything?
It felt good. It definitely felt good because we were definitely striving to start out very hot. It felt good to put our pads on somebody else in a different color jersey, instead of our teammates. So definitely that morale is high right now. We're definitely rolling, the juices are flying. So
Yeah, every game's the same for you guys, I realize, but some added juice for this one?
definitely. Like you say, there's guys that played on that team before. There's guys that grew up in Norfolk, grew up watching Norfolk State. Some guys got friends on that team. I'm one of them. So it's definitely, some smack talk. And, it's just the battle of the Bay, the 757 rivalry. So
generations of, alumni and fans have been, talking about this game and just the overall hype. What's the, was the feeling going into this big game? That all eyes are going to be on this game.
Yeah, it feels good just knowing that, everybody in the surrounding cities are watching for this game, Everybody in this area is talking about it, so everybody just got to go out there and perform and do our best and put on a show.
Jordan, what are your thoughts on the defense's performance, that unit as a whole in the last couple games? Just How do you feel? I know it's early in the season, but through 2 games, how are you feeling about the defense right now?
I feel really confident in our guys. We got a whole new D line. We got a new DB core really out there playing together, new linebacker core, but we're all coming together as a team. Like it's starting to feel like we're flowing together. Communication wise, we're all flying to the ball, doing our job. So I got all faith in those guys.
Do you feel like the feeling on defense is a little bit different compared to years past?
Definitely. We're switching up our defense. Like I feel like, it's just more different. Like it's like a respect thing that we're trying to earn. Mm-hmm. So, we're going out there playing for something right now.
Is anything scheme related different? Because I know McComb is back. Is that,
Yeah.
Is it really just kind of a feel?
Yeah, like a feel, yeah, basically, yeah. Like a feel type of thing for it.
What was the locker room like Saturday, getting that first win for Coach?
It was definitely amazing. Definitely being in there. It was alumni day, so we had a lot of alumni in there. Just being able to share that victory with them after they just got honored, it was definitely a good feeling.
Brian asked Elijah about bragging rights.
Mm-hmm.
Is that important to you guys?
Most definitely. Because like I said, I have a friend on the team. I didn't hear it like the end of it for a while now. So like definitely going out there and being able to have bragging rights and say that, yeah, we got this victory, especially on their field.
I don't know how much tape you've been able to watch on Norfolk State, but what are you kind of expecting from their offense on Saturday?
I'm expecting a lot of run. They have a really good running back, so I'm definitely expecting them to feed that guy. So we got to do our job to shut him down. Their quarterback does a good job, and just eliminate the deep ball threats. That's really what we've been focusing on.
Thank you, Jordan.
Good job. Thanks.